Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Millennial Manifesting Millions and I'm the Millennial Cassie. Today we are going to be focusing on a cash unstuffing or check-in for spending. So basically I'm going from my expenses sheet that I filled out. I filled it out a little bit on camera on some of my follow-through video that either will be coming or comes out first, depends on the order that I edit these things. But a lot of it I'm double checking with my banking accounts on the phone with here. So I cannot fill out all of it all at once. So basically what I'm going through here is, I don't know how much I need to zoom in. Oh God, that's too much. Trial and error, folks. Okay, sure, let's do that. I think it's back to what it was before. So I've written in the thing that it's for, the category that I've used, and then how much I've spent, the new balance for whatever category it was, and what I used payment method wise. So this facial, it was $200. It was originally supposed to be $160. I got there, found out that there was taxes. It was a splurge, take care of me. This is part of my self-care for the year. And then they didn't have change. So $200 it was. I will be having exact change from now on. If I go back, when I go back, it was a wonderful facial. I'm not gonna lie. Here, vet and vaccines, teeth deposits for my pets. That was $751.50 on credit card. So I'm gonna go in here to my pet envelope, and I still need $20 for next week's daycare, but everything else can wait till we get our surplus next month. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140, 190, 240, 340 here in cash. So 340, 340, 20 goes back in my pet fund for daycare next week. And then we will mark that down. So we're just going to say that 340 cash for that. And now we've got $20 left in pet. This is gonna go, oh, that's shaking a lot for you guys. Sorry, I'm a lefty, I'm an aggressive writer. So let's zoom in a little bit here. So we got $340 in cash out of it, $20 for pet. And now this is gonna go off to the side. This will hopefully be in my bank account. It is in my bank account. It'll be okay. So next line, we've got pets, $20 spent, cash, we're good. Grooming, pet, cash, we're good. Food that I had out, we went to go see my niece in a concert. Am I too high? Yes, I am. Sorry, y'all. Gym fee, beauty, $160 for the gym for the month. And now I've got $15 rollover, paid in cash. Daycare again, paid in cash. Now we get to Costco grocery. That was $266 something, but I'm trying to be good about just rounding my change. I think that will help create a nice buffer. I've already got a bit of a buffer, but will help. So that leaves me with $33 left for grocery. I do go over on my grocery this month. You will see that. And then I split that up. There's 2 payments. Household takes me down to 177 out of that. And then, okay, this is this. So 123 needs to come out of my household fund, which I think I have in here. Oh, I do. Wonderful. So this is where things can get a little tricky sometimes. So I've just got hundreds for that. So where were we? Household 123. So obviously I don't have the exact change for that right now, but I do have a 1. And then if we take our change from over here, got another 1. We can split that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 20s. Sorry. So now I've got my 100 in my household still. And we've got 20 right here. Going to leave the rest in here and then pull out change from somewhere. I don't really fuss with the change too much. That 120 should be fine, but let's see. Let's flip. What's this? Dine out. Perfect. Change. You guys are too close now. See? Change. I don't know how people zoom out and have things. I guess they use their side space a little more effectively. Here we go. So we've got my 120 now that is going into the bank, right? Oh my goodness. I see how people can get distracted so quickly with this. 120 that's going into the bank over here, plus the 3. So now we have 180. Not futzing about it. There's bigger things in life to stress out about. Back into household. Boom. Easy enough. Okay. What's next? Banking fee into my debit. I realized now that I'm not doing a specific fixed expenses, which is a big thing with the budget mom method, that I no longer have a couple of these fees just noted, but again, I'm going to leave that in for my buffer. So that was in my debit though, so we're going to say buffer for next month. Dine out was skip the dishes. This was actually done in the end of January, but for some reason it did not come through on my card. Something's gone wrong here. Did I use dine out somewhere else? Well, that's not right. Dine out. 30 it is. Okay, so that should be, then we're gonna say there's only 35 in there, so that should be negative 15, which you'll see this. And then actually I am going to make this easier for myself in the future and highlight the rows that I need to come back and visit. Anything else that I have to visit so far? No, I actually didn't pull that out for groceries, did I? Slap it into this file, because why not? Okay, go back up for groceries here. This is going to be another one where we're having a hard time with change. So this is $2.66. I'm actually going to wait on the groceries because I know I'm going to need to add this up and go forward. How am I doing on time? Okay, got a couple minutes. Okay, new car. Things are gonna get fancy here. So we've got my new car account, which I think is in here. Nope. That is the holiday one. New car. I got the new car. I actually dropped off my old car. So we've got 50, 150, 220, 230 there out of the new car. So that takes off this part. And that's now going to be empty because there's not going to be a new car envelope for a while. Car expenses. I did do an oil change on the car as a last-ditch resort in prayer for it. And it didn't work. It was still very much, she was gone. So we're gonna take 50 out of here. 50. New balance for car expenses is technically 1 because I have $100 in gas money in the bank because I have not gone to have to get gas this month. Hallelujah. So that's good. And then the 554, it was originally 1,000, but the guy gave me the wrong number for the big check to set it. My car experience is a whole story. I have no words for it. It was a whole story. Flabbergasted was used on the phone multiple times. But anyway, so I got a little bit of a refund here, whited it out. So 654 needs to come from my buffer online and my brain working, my buffer online and prayers. The new car expenses that I actually had in an account online. So we're gonna highlight this. And I'm going to do the same for up here for that pet expense because we were doing some fancy things with pet expenses. And I'm going to have to come back. Okay, had a quick interruption. Actually, it's been several hours, so lighting has changed. Apology for that. Okay, so I had been discussing the car thing, I think. That's all sorted. And you're going to say, where are you going to get this 654? Well, just wait. We will see. Okay, journal supplies, work stuff is where I've had it so far. And that kind of works because I am using it to organize my life, which goes with work stuff. Oh my gosh, this shadow's going to annoy me. Okay, so not entirely sure about this yet, but again, I still have that buffer to work with. Household 92 this time, and then you'll see in these two Costco purchases that there's the total and then the negative of it. So I picked up a couple things for a family member and they transferred me cash for this. So they sent me 70. That's annoying, but that's gonna be just a flat 20 now out of those. Okay, so that's gonna be 93 again. Man, my household loves to have those threes. Household. So it's a 93, and I'm going to take these back, put it in, and just take this 100 out and call it a day. Okay. That sounds good. Oh, I did not count. I think that leaves me, based on our previous count, with 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's 80. Okay, groceries. So before I started filming again, I actually used the calculator on my phone to add things up. I am going to be going into next month's grocery budget with technically negative 234. I'm not too concerned about this because I did a lot of stocking up at Costco this month, and depending on how things flow and work out, I might be able to wiggle some money around. But so out of my 300 from the groceries, 300 here adds to the stack. Okay, so we can check mark off our household, our groceries. Parties and potluck was done in cash, which I was so excited about. I think I've been overstuffing that account. Brain working. I've been overstuffing that envelope, which is somewhere here on my desk. Perfect. Okay. Well, that's gone missing. I'll find it. I'll find it. No stress. Because that was in cash and I don't have to pull anything out here. So that's good. And then actually I'm going to check mark those two because she already paid me back. Utilities, Crunchyroll. Okay, this is a streaming platform for anime that I use temporarily, or every once in a while I go through phases. I used to do the annual fee for it, but I realized that I wasn't watching it a lot of months. So I've actually just gone up for the monthly one, and then if I'm not in the mood, I'll cancel it for a little while. I don't know if I'm actually going to save any money in the long run, but I thought it would be worth the experiment. So far, this is month 2. I'm just going to keep track of that and see, because if I'm in the mood for it in the future, maybe I'll do the 3-month or the 6-month. Oh my god, these shadows. I can do like finger puppets for you guys. Okay, so we've got that. Utilities. I think that's going to go with the buffer that I'm just going to have to calculate in to keep in the bank. Best Buy work. So this is interesting because it's technically a work thing, but some of the things that go through on my work credit card, because they help me keep track for tax purposes, I actually pay out of my personal budget still. So what I would normally do is put through 170 from my medical over to my work credit card, but since I've got this 21 here, I would put in 159. Does that make sense? Hope it does. And then medical, I can't remember. No, I didn't take any cash out for that. It's just all in the bank. So that we will have to move around. And then this was debit here at the bottom. Okay, so that's all set. Now the exciting news is that when I have to take my sweet, sweet, precious car to the dealer, or to the scrap yard, they gave me cash for it. They gave me those 20s, and then they gave, so that's 100, 200, 300, 400. So that's going to count for that 540. So this is going to be negative 254. I have not been diagnosed with this, but I think I have the version of the numbers dyslexia because I will constantly swap them. All right, let's see what's supposed to be going back to the bank. So we've got 50s, 20s, 100s, 50s, ooh, 10, how exotic, 50s, 20, another 10, 100, 100, 20, 50, 50, 100. Okay, so got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1,000, 1,050, 1,100, 1,150, 1,200, 1,250, 1,300, 1,350, 1,370, 1,390, 1,410, 1,430, 1,450, 1,470, 1,490, 1,510, 15. Brain working 30, 1,550. Was 1,550, 1,560, 1,570, so 1,570 technically go back to the bank. But wait, I'm going to check and see my actual bank account to see if I need to put this back in to be able to pay off everything to 0. And if not, then I will actually just keep this out so that I don't have to put the cash into the bank and then take the cash back out of the bank. That makes sense. And I've got this handy dandy back to bank, and it's now stuffed enough that I don't want to carry it around with me. So it will be going into a vault that exists. Okay, so that is me mostly caught up for right now. I will be doing a quick add-in with going through the stuff online and what I need to shuffle around on my laptop. I should be inserting that here. And I only need 411.50. Out of the bank. Which leaves me with 270.50 there. And then we need to add in and in the bank utilities, so we have the banking fee, and then we actually have subscription here, so I just lowered that to include it. So that's going to be banking can be up to 18, I think, so let's do 30 utilities. Okay. And sorry for the sniffles.